Hi there, my name is Gary and I am a mamanista. Today we're going to talk about some things that you can do to prepare to conceive your baby. I just wanted to share my experience the second time around because I had such an amazing experience the first time around. I'm going to actually document my journey once I get pregnant and share my journey on natural birth and home birth. So if you are interested in the process or want to just follow me on my journey, stay tuned, more to come. But today we're going to be talking about some things that you should do to prepare your body to conceive, or just some TTC things. These things are in no particular order, and these are the things that I did to prepare my body to conceive. I didn't do all these things the first time around, but I did find them important, in hindsight. The first time I got pregnant, we planned it, first try, boom, we got pregnant. It was a great experience, great labor and delivery. We delivered at a birthing center. It was an amazing experience. So this time around, we're super planning. I'm planning to get pregnant in July of 2020. We're hoping to have the baby April 2021. And I'm hoping that we're gonna have a nice, strong, healthy baby next year. All right, so some things that I did to prepare to conceive in no particular order. I started with my, of course, temple, mind, body, and spirit. Mentally, I had to make the decision and prepare, hey, I want to be a mother. I want to be a mother of two. I had to really sit down and make that decision for myself because essentially as the carrier, I'm going to be carrying the baby, sacrificing my time from work, my body, and a lot of other things that, you just can't do when you're pregnant. So I really wanted to make that decision and feel good about it. And, expanding my family is really important to me. So once I made that decision, it was important to share it with my family and friends, and obviously share it with my partner. And we, just got to planning. This was maybe, well, we always knew we wanted a good amount of kids, but we just wanted to figure out the right time to kind of plan the date. Making that decision was something that was very intentional for me. And doing things with intention, I feel, doing positive things with intention, I feel you have a much better outcome. I mean, obviously everyone's gonna say that their kid is the most awesome kid ever, but I really think that just having the intention behind conceiving my son and really putting everything into it and preparing really helped his personality, his lifestyle. I mean, he has a totally different childhood than I had, and could imagine that any of my children would have had when I was a child. Another reason why it's important to really make a decision is because postpartum, pregnancy, labor, delivery, all of those things can be very challenging. And anytime you're taking on any challenging task, you want to make sure that you are mentally there, you know what you are getting yourself into. So I would absolutely recommend to make that decision, do your research, and think about things that come along with having a baby. Along with my body and spirit was just avoiding stressful situations, and that includes just family, friends, school, work, things that really don't bring you joy. And that's even before you get pregnant. You don't want to be stressed trying, because that could really work against your body in conception, and really alter your mood while you're pregnant. Everything that you feel, the baby feels. So you don't want to be aggravated and irritated or in consistent aggravating or stressful situations, because eventually it's going to manifest into you and your child. And the next thing in my body spirit is your body. Exercise, eat well. I personally went vegetarian April 2019 and have been dipping and dabbing, but going strong, just trying to increase my vitamin B intake, which is really important with conception, my leafy green intake, changing my diet just so my body can process foods better, so all of my organs are not working as hard to keep me running. I started exercising much more regularly. Leading up to my conception, I'll probably start exercising like every day, just to keep my body in good shape, because you know you gain weight when you are in gestation. So that's one of the side effects, and I don't want to gain too much weight, because in my second pregnancy I hear that you're much bigger the second time around. I also have began taking prenatal vitamins, CMOS, vitamin C, vitamin D. I started taking vitamin D because Black women particularly have a deficiency in vitamin D, and I was also on birth control as a young adult, and Depo really strips your bones of the vitamin D, something I wasn't aware of when I was on the birth control, but it has caused a deficiency. So I want to make sure that, you know, all of my vitamins and minerals and my health game is top notch. The next thing that I recommend is seeking advisement outside of family and friends. One of the things that I did was make a pre-pregnancy appointment just to talk to my OBGYN about things that I want for my pregnancy. It's a really good time while you're not pregnant to have these candid conversations with your OB, because it's not the pressure of I'm 6 months, I'm 3 months, I'm 9 months, and I want to try to plan out what I want. It's a time where they're not stressed and thinking about, well, you're pregnant now, so and you're not stressed, and your partner's not stressed. So you want to just really have candid conversations. What do you want for your pregnancy? What are some things that you can have? What can't you have? If you want a home birth, if you want a homey feel at the hospital, what are the things that can actually happen if you birth at that hospital? So you can just ask those questions so that you can kind of shape what you want for your experience. The next thing I would recommend is therapy. I made an appointment with my therapist just to kind of mentally prepare myself, kind of get a mental checklist. Hey, this is what I want to do. I want to have another baby. I know every time you have a baby, you're rebirthing yourself. Anyone who has multiples or even one child, you know, when you see your baby, it's like you fall in love all over again. And I can't wait for that feeling, but I also want to make sure that I'm mentally prepared for it, because there can be some emotional challenges that go along with it, with coping. And I really want to just make sure that, you know, some of the things that I noticed in hindsight with my son, postpartum or during gestation, and then things within the year that he's been here with us that I've noticed. So I just wanted to, you know, do a triple checklist to make sure, you know, health-wise, I can, you know, have a baby. I'm, you know, cleared to do that, and just to get some of my options. And then mental health-wise, just to make sure, like, you know, they give me the clear, like, you know, I'm not in a space where I'm delusional or, you know, suffering from any serious mental health crisis. Another reason why that's really important to seek medical attention and mental health attention is because you can discuss your options, you can talk about your fears, you can talk about your hopes and wishes, you can get things off your chest that may be more difficult once you're already pregnant. You may already feel the obligation of doing certain things or carrying certain things out once you become pregnant. Another important appointment that I made was dentist appointment. Your oral health is directly related to your overall health. So any dental work that you're getting, it's really safe to get a lot of dental work done during gestation while you're pregnant. But personally, I don't want to get dental work done while I'm pregnant, but you don't want to have like a infection or a bad tooth, because it's really heavy meds that you have to take while, you know, if you have something infected in your mouth. So what you want to do is just see a dentist, make sure all your teeth are good. If you need fillings, if you need a root canal, if you need an extraction, get those things done before you get pregnant. And then lastly, I just went to my mommy friends and just kind of talked to them. The ones who have multiples, hey, how's life? How is it? Tell me about it. I need to know. Give me the ins and outs. And of course, take their experiences with a grain of salt and, make them my own, because everyone's household is different. But it's always good to have a tribe around you of people who are so positive and give you feedback, give you honest feedback, and tell you the real deal. If you have a life coach, it would be a good time to make an appointment with your life coach to kind of get some direction, because career-wise, having a baby could impact your career, or again, you will be missing work. Everyone doesn't have maternity leave, so just to kind of map things out, or mentor. If you have someone who you just call and talk to about things, or may have had an experience being pregnant that you may want, talk to them. I have contacted people who have had home births, and they've given me great feedback. The next thing I would say is begin to track your period. This may seem like no-brainer, get off birth control, track your period. But some people wait until they're like really ready to try to get off birth control. Sometimes people's bodies take time to adjust. So if you're a super planner like me, I have it down to the date, July 10th, I want to conceive. Before the first week of April, I want to have the baby. Then you should get off birth control, fairly quickly, so that you can get the rhythm of your body, and really get to know your body. It's a beautiful thing, learning your body and knowing your temperature when you're ovulating, knowing the dates that you ovulate, knowing how your belly feels, how your breast feels, what your vaginal discharge looks like. All of those things are the reasons why my first pregnancy was super successful and super on point and on target, and I'm hoping to use these same skills of learning my body for this pregnancy. I haven't been on birth control in years, and I haven't had any unplanned pregnancies, thank God, but I think that's just because I really know my body. The next thing I would say is save your money. I know people always talk about how expensive children are, but that you can take with a grain of salt. If you have a lot of support, if you're financially stable, whatever your case is with finances, it's always good to have a little money aside. If you have money aside and you don't really need it when the baby's born, you can invest it. You may want to have a baby shower, those add up. Maybe want to have a gender reveal, those add up. Maybe want to have a baby sprinkle, those add up. Sip and see, those add up. So things just cost money, and you're going to need to buy certain things. Sometimes even if you have baby showers, gender reveals, all of those things, people don't buy you every single thing you need. So you're going to need some things for yourself, and I sincerely recommend that you just put some money aside, just to have to kind of dip into whenever you need to. Now, these next things were really, really important to me, and some things that I really wanted to make sure that I did this time around was spending, alone time with my husband, my partner. I wanted to spend time with him by myself before I got pregnant. So we planned a trip for my birthday in June, and it's just a weekend with just us two. We haven't been able to do that. We haven't done a weekend since my son was born, and we've had little alone time here and there, but nothing overnight, nothing consistent, which is fine because we absolutely love being parents. But reconnecting in a different way, it definitely increases the romance, which is good for conception. But then we will reconnect in different ways. I think that, as we grow in our relationship, we are reconnecting in a lot of different ways. And then now that we're wanting our family to grow and expand, we're so aligned with that, we are completely reconnecting and evolving on a very regular basis. And I'm enjoying it. So that's something that was really important to me, just reconnecting with my partner. The next thing may not apply to you if you don't have children already, but if you do have children, I think spending time with your children together by yourself, that's something that is important to me. I only have one son, but I would say definitely trying to spend some individual time with each child. And then if you have one child, just spending some time with that child. Some of the things I plan on doing is just taking a trip with my son, just me and my son, maybe going to not far, Virginia or Atlanta. I live in Maryland, so just not too far, but also just some time for he and I to bond and do things. Or if you can't afford to take a trip, just going to like the park, doing Chuck E. Cheese, playing, one-on-one, just having some one-on-one time where you both can, bond, because things are about to change. Not tomorrow, but they will eventually, and you want to get that connection. And that brings me to my very last thing, spending time with yourself. I consider myself a master of self-care or mistress of self-care, and I love myself. I make sure that I build in time in my week for self-care. I make sure that I have a space in my home that is important to me, that only is for me, and I plan to continue that on with the next baby and beyond, and my family respects that. One of the things that I did when I got pregnant with my son was created a bucket list, and I plan to redo that. Now, when I got pregnant with my son, I just got married, I didn't have any children, my life was much different. For me this time around, I'm creating a bucket list. I'm not sure just yet what I want on it, but I will say that it's probably going to be more aligned with like me time, and then maybe like individual time with my son, individual time with my husband, girlfriend time, maybe take a small trip with my girlfriends by myself. All of those little things that you may be limited to when you have a child or multiple children. Things that make you feel good, that produce endorphins, because endorphins make you happy, and they make you live longer, and they make your skin beautiful, and they just, overall make you feel good. So that's something that you absolutely should be doing. Things that make you happy and feel good, that makes your body feel good, that your body responds well to that. You can do all these things or take a few things, but if you really enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, because I will be sharing my entire pregnancy and trying to conceive story, and hopefully going live for my home birth. So let's just hope that everything works out for me in July. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.